Crazy. Let's see what this says.
That black people were, and concluded, which was the general consensus at the time among a lot of white people in the South, this is again in the 1890s, that black people were genetically inferior. And in 1896, he published a book called Race, Tendencies, and Traits of the American Negro, in which he lays out all the numbers, and then he concludes that if we simply avoided allowing black people to have any access to health care, that within 2 or 3 generations, the whole race would die out, and that would solve the race problem in America. Now, it sounds kind of crazy when I just laid
it sounds crazy, period.
And concluded, which was the general consensus at the time, 1920s, this was referred to as scientific racism. He was access to health care.
Sounds crazy. But we've been saying that for a long time. Many of our leaders, our not leaders, but our well-spoken advocates out there, you know, your Jason Blacks, your Therese, your Marcel's, your Dr. Claude Andersons, your Francis Chris Wilsons, and all of them. Many of them, if not all of them, have said that the white folks have been trying to solve the race problem of black people in this country for years. That goes to prove it right there. Niggas, we not just saying this shit. We're not just out here talking and just bullshitting around. Motherfuckers have literally documentedly, which ain't a word, have been trying to get rid of us. And we still here, bitch motherfuckers. We still here, bitch ass niggas. What you gonna do? Y'all keep trying, and we're gonna fight your whole ass till we can't fight no more. And there ain't no point until we can't fight no more, nigga. We been fighting, okay? Ever since they've been fighting all us in these wars and all this other shit, trying to keep us down and fucking up our towns and shit like that and trying other shit. They can't just genocide us these days because they couldn't genocide us back then, nigga. We was beating y'all's ass in many cases, man. I ain't gonna get into it, man, but there was probably a lot less. I'm not even gonna go there, but
that within 2 or 3 generations, the whole race would die out, and that would solve the race problem in America. Now, it sounds kind of crazy when I just lay it out like that right now, but this led to a whole bunch of things. And by the 1920s, this was referred to as scientific racism. He was testifying about it before Congress. When Teddy Roosevelt, 1912, proposed a national health care system, people said no because black people will get it. When Franklin Roosevelt proposed a national health care system, it was the same thing. We don't want black people to get it. When Truman tried it in 1947, same thing. Don't want black people to get it. Right up until 1965, Senator Stennis, the Dixiecrats in the South, was quoting Hoffman, who was by then dead, but is still very famous in this field, as saying,
still quoting that old shit. These white folks will quote some old ass white folks as if they gods forever, man. And people be mad when we want to quote some Francis Cress Wilson or some of our people, some Garvey, some Martin, Garvey to an extent, Martin, some Malcolm, some, Huey P. Newton, some whoever. And they be quoting these genocidal ass fucks that they hold to some high regard. It's crazy.
We have to figure out a way to keep black people from using Medicare. This is when they were passing Medicare. And the way that they came up with was to have a 20% hole, a gap in Medicare, so that you had to pay 20% of your doctor's bill and your hospital bill.
I wonder if this is where, let's keep listening though.
And that would discourage poor black people from showing up at the hospitals. I mean, it was.
I wonder if that was the introduction of deductibles. Because it always didn't make sense to me. Never did it make sense to me. I don't know why I did that. Never did it make sense to me that you have paid all this money per month in insurance, and then when it's time for you to go see a doctor, they're like, okay, yeah, you can see me, nigga, after you pay me $5,000, I'm kind of over exaggerating, but you can go through this situation and this surgery or whatever after you pay the deductible. And the reason why they knew putting that gap there is because they know that whites have an absorbent amount of wealth. They didn't do that they purposely did that because they know our people got bread because we gave it to them. That's why on now they have on average 250K plus in wealth in the bank. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 ain't gonna hurt them. On an emergency, they don't want to pay it, but they will. And they'd rather make you pay that bread out of your 250 than to give black people and you. Because you would also get free health care and not have to pay 2, 3, 4, 5K. But your dumbass white folk self then decided to go along with the shit. And you say the shit, y'all rather pay the 4, 5K extra just to keep us out the shit. Even though it's not fully keeping us out of it, a lot of us do get some kind of medical help. And now I don't feel so bad for so many black people going to the goddamn emergency room, getting done up, fixed up real quick, and just leaving you on stuck with the motherfucking bill. Fuck y'all. Fuck all of y'all. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna wrap it up here. It's 12:30 at night. I've been on it for a little over an hour.